Hello and welcome to the Boho Bride Guide. You are here with me, Jen Maynard, and I'm super excited to welcome Sarah from the Wedding Day Dog Nanny with us this morning on the 10 question tea break. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you.
No worries. So we are going to kick straight in, Sarah, and we're going to find out a little bit more about you and your fabulous business. So what do you specialise in, Sarah?
So I set up a business and it is looking after dogs at weddings. Yeah, so it came about with us not being able to have our own dogs at our wedding several years ago. Couldn't find anybody that provided that service, so that's where it came from.
Oh, when did you get married then, Sarah?
So it was 6 years ago now. So back in Essex. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good stuff. Thank you. So, question 2: what 3 words would your best friend describe you as?
So my best friend is actually my husband. So I asked him this question. So fun, organised and consistent, which I was like, I know. Quite impressed by.
Write them up on the fridge, Sarah, I think.
Absolutely. With the date and everything.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, number 3. What is the most random job you have done before Wedding Day Dog Nanny?
So I've had a really long history in the NHS, and I'm really not sure that talking about any of those jobs would probably be suitable. I've seen it, I've heard it, and I've been there. So yeah, it was quite interesting, shall we say. Frontline ambulance service for nearly 10 years before moving. So yes,
You've seen it all. Oh my gosh. God, quite stressful at times, I can only imagine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you were up and down all the time with different things. You never knew what you was going to do and things like that. So yeah, it was interesting, shall we say.
Wow, hats off to you, blimey. So Sarah, share something people would not generally know about you.
Oh my goodness. So when I was younger, I did ballet. Absolutely adored it. Wanted to be a ballerina. I was never built for it, but I loved it.
Oh,
and I starred on a TV program alongside Ian McShane. I don't tell anyone because I don't want anyone to find it, so I'm not going to tell you what it was.
You've said it now. You've said it all.
But, just as like a backing dancer and ballet we did and things like that. It was fabulous. I loved it. But I think being on social media now, everybody knows everything about everyone. So that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, love it. You do realise that's going to turn up in your Instagram feed at some point now.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, now, being as what your job is, your business, this is probably going to speak for itself, but what would you choose if you had to? Cats or dogs?
Well, I can only say dogs. I mean, I'm happy. I love all pets and I love all animals. I'm actually addicted. I just love their ways and quirky ways. Obviously, dogs is our main focus of our business. It's always been a focus within my life. I absolutely adore dogs, always have them. But we actually are quite open to taking cats, bunnies, or whatever you want really to weddings. I haven't had anything too strange just yet, but you never know. It's early days. I just love what they bring to things, and weddings are just so fabulous, and they're just so kind and happy, and they're just brilliant to be around. So
you're so true, and at the end of the day, they're part of your family. Like and most special day of your life. Who wouldn't want your whole family there?
Exactly. You want to spend that time with them and have even if it's just the photos and the images to keep forever. I just think weddings without dogs, it's just not the same.
Part of history now. Part of history. It's so sort of lovely that it's become a thing, and actually people can have their whole family there. I just love it. Yeah. And you're making it happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're on to question 6. So, what is your favourite part of your job working as in the Wedding Day Dog Nanny?
Well, I've always really had a fascination with weddings, even from a really young age. I remember sort of attending weddings. I love the whole thing about them. And then kind of loving dogs as well just brings it all together, and just being able to make memories and be a part of that is just fabulous. And like I said before, we couldn't find anybody to help us on our wedding day. And I was really sad. I just wanted them to come up. I mean, one of them at the time was larger than life, golden retriever, and he probably would have knocked everything over and it would have been hilarious. But I just wanted, like you say, those memories and the images. And that's what I feel really sad about, that we never got that. And I don't want other people to kind of miss out on not having theirs there. Venues are being so fabulous and allowing, you know, dogs to be a part of the day, and I just want to relieve that stress and that worry for the couple on the day. You know, you don't want Aunt Flo in her best outfit and shoes. You don't want her sort of, you know, having to then be left with the dog. She wants to sip the champagne and have fun. So it's just to kind of take the stress off, really.
Yeah, best of both worlds, Sarah. It's brilliant. Brilliant. Good stuff. Okay, so what piece of advice would you give most, or do you give most often, to couples looking to bring their dogs to their wedding day?
I think for me, in the initial, if they haven't already booked their venue, is to get them to really speak to the venue about what we can and what we can't do, because lots of venues are allowing dogs, but there are restrictions. The most common is not allowing the dogs to stay overnight at the venues. Then that obviously changes the need and what they want from me, really. Some venues don't allow the dogs to go into certain rooms, and so that can make it tricky throughout the day for the bride and groom for what they've already booked and what they've got in their heads about what they want. So it's really making sure that the venue is suitable for exactly what they need for their dogs on the day.
Gosh, yeah, to be honest, I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, it's essential, isn't it? Because then you can cater for what they need if they're, you know, they need that extra overnighter or.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, if they've had their heart set on getting married in the conservatory, you know, and that's been their dream, but actually dogs aren't allowed in there for whatever reasons, then, you know, that changes everything. So I think the venues are being fantastic. You know, there's some brilliant venues around, but there are still restrictions around those venues. So it's just getting it in writing as well, really, of what's allowed. And
great piece of advice. I like that one. Yeah, I wouldn't naturally think of that. So it's the logistics and the details that need to be ironed out.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. So question 8 is, what makes your wedding offerings different from other suppliers within your specialism, within the wedding day dog nanny specialism?
Yes, I mean, there's absolutely fantastic doggy daycare and dog walkers here in Cornwall. You know, there are so many and they are absolutely fabulous. The difference for us is that we don't do everyday walking, dog walking, and we don't do overnight stays. So it just means that we are free for wedding days rather than worrying, you know, I've got to get home and walk such and such dog, or I've got other dogs in the care at home. So it's very bespoke for that family on that day. And we're not kind of pulled with other commitments for other dogs that are being looked after. So that's kind of where we wanted to go with it, really, is that it was just focusing down on weddings and events and not being stretched too thinly and then not being able to cover dates.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Brilliant. Thank you. That's a great answer. Really informative. And then number 9, so talk us through what packages you offer. So if people are looking to take their 4-legged friend to their wedding day.
Yeah, so it was really difficult of how to do it to begin with, but what we've done is we've kind of made what you like a package that people can just book straight off. It covers 6 hours of the day. It's all care, walks, cuddles, a bit of grooming before the ceremony, chaperoning throughout the whole day, especially during the ceremony if we're needed. Sometimes a bridesmaid or the groomsman might take the dog, but we're always kind of in the wings there waiting, especially if the dog is not very happy or, you know, is a bit overwhelmed. We also love helping the photographers because, as we all know, they say don't work with children or animals. And so we're kind of there as an added, you know, help, distraction, getting them to look in the right way, take the dog at the times that need, you know, and just kind of help in that way.
Yeah.
Transport to and from the venue.
Okay.
So we just tried to cover as much as we could in that package, so that when you're getting married, the last thing you want to do is been spending hours and hours and hours on the really fine details. But what we have done is added on extras, so extra time, obviously transport on a larger, further distance if required, and then just bespoke it to what they actually need. You know, if they want the dog looked after in a holiday home, but then brought up for the photos and then back again, you can do that. So it's really whatever anyone wants for their day, for their dog, and what they think that their dog will cope with during the wedding.
Yeah, but gosh, there is so much that the photos, yeah, that is so true. It's you definitely need that second pair of hands, because you don't want to be trying to manage your dog in your wedding dress, or
no, exactly. It's trying to minimise the paw prints on the dress, and photos of weddings are notoriously difficult, as we know, trying to get everybody in the right place at the right time. And the last thing we want is, dogs in the mix there, so we can kind of stand back and kind of just help.
Yes, that makes sense. Oh, brilliant, thank you. And question 10 then, Sarah, how can people find out more about Wedding Day Dog Nanny and get in touch with you?
So we've got a fabulous website that I'm very proud of. I've done it all myself. So we've got the website and always on social media. So we're on Instagram and Facebook as well.
And what's the handles on Instagram?
So with Instagram, it's just called Wedding Day Dog Nanny. With the website, we kind of had to shorten it slightly because it's such a long title. So it is WD Dog Nanny.
Okay. Amazing. And what I'll do is I'll put all of the sort of links on this video so people can easily find you.
Lovely.
It's been an absolute pleasure to find out about your fabulous business. And I'll speak to you very soon. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Jen.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.